right, thank you so much for making time, and welcome to the Vuka session. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. We are here to help, right?
Okay.
So you know me, Anto, and Dr. Mloy.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
So
Thanks for giving me.
yeah, so I mean the session basically is, to help you to be your sounding board, your advisory board.
Okay.
The business is yours. All that we are doing is to advise. So we are from the outside looking in. You are inside. You are running the business. And our job is basically to shout from the stands and the sidelines to say, turn left, or turn right. Right? That's our job, right? Because we're able to sort of see the business from a distance. So that's what the Vuka sessions are about.
Okay.
We sit with entrepreneurs, we advise them. So I'm an entrepreneur, she's an entrepreneur, he's an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So we have struggled in business.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Yeah, so that you don't have to. So don't feel shy with what you're struggling with. Chances are some of us have struggled with that. And maybe we might help. So we're on your side.
Yeah.
Right? We're on your side. The session, how it works basically is, the first few minutes you will tell us about yourself. So it's basically you, how did you start the business, what's your background, and then you tell us about the business, when did you start the business, what has been the highlights and the lowlights of the business, and then, the idea is for us to understand your business. We read the pack that you submitted, thank you. So we had a brief discussion also amongst ourselves. So we just need sort of, assume we don't know anything about your business and just give us a foundation. And then if there are any questions just to understand the business, we'll then ask clarifying questions. I'm more from a finance numbers point of view, so I'm going to look at the numbers or the leg thereof. Usually the leg thereof. So I'm looking at that. Anto is more from a marketing technology point of view. Dr. Mloy is more from an operations, quality management, systems and processes point of view. So then we'll share our insights based on that. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Koti, Maepa.
Koti Maepa. My name is Koti Maepa. I'm originally from Limpopo. I'm just here for the hustles. I'm the founder of Huba Fleus. I started it in 2020, but I started operating in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically what we're doing in Huba Fleus, we're doing floral arrangements for all occasions, birthdays, weddings, everything. Corporate, we do corporate events, and gifts. We also do gifts, romantic setups as well.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah.
What's your background? I mean, what were you doing before you started?
I'm a qualified welder artisan by profession.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm currently studying a degree in information science at the University of South Africa.
We shot welders and then she's...
Yeah, see how excited I got,
So,
especially women.
Yeah, so I've started this business because I was looking for a job and
But before that, just to cut in, I mean, did you practice? Did you work?
Or before, I was working at a construction company. I was a receptionist. But then I needed more money because they were not paying enough. So I was like, what can I do?
This is in Limpopo, right?
No, here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was in 2019. Okay. Yeah. So what can I do? But then that time I didn't want to be in business. I just wanted to do it as a hobby.
Okay.
Like, let me do it as long as I can get 100 rand, 200, and then 500. So, yeah. So, but then I was like, okay, I'll do it there and there, there and there, and that. And then the other time, the company was not doing well. Then they had to retrench us. It was in 2022.
Okay.
And then now I'm here by myself. 2022 October, and then now I'm here. I don't want to go home because I won't survive there. What can I do? Maybe I should start taking the business serious. Now I started operating like full time. But now I'm having a lot of, I don't know anything about business. I only know how to arrange the flowers.
Okay.
I don't know the depth of business. Like, I don't know anything. The only thing I can do, take the money, arrange the flowers, give the clients. But I don't know how the cash flow goes. I don't understand anything about business admin.
Okay.
Like, even now I'm still in the dark because I'm like, I'm growing. People knows me. People buy. But I don't have money. I don't know how everything goes because I started as a hobby, not as a business. Yeah, so
Side hustle.
So that's where I'm struggling. But I'm growing. People are buying. People love my work. But the depth, the foundation is not.
Why flowers?
My late mom used to love flowers. So on her funeral, she didn't get enough flowers. So I was like, but I think we did something wrong there. Because she didn't have enough flowers. She loved them. So I then named this company after her.
So her name is?
Huba. So I had to cut M-O and then make it Huba.
Flowers?
Fleus.
Fleus, what?
It means flowers.
In French.
Is it French?
Yes.
Excuse
I just
me.
had to look for a different name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So you studied
creativity.
French.
Yeah. So creativity is me. Yeah, I'm super creative.
Okay. So you then decided I'm gonna do this business.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do this business.
How did you? Was it like I'm gonna buy flowers and look for clients, or did someone say, "Ooh, I'm struggling with"?
No, I just started everything by myself. I was checking through YouTube, so I was like, I can do this. I'm creative. I went to Pinterest, started checking. Then one day I just went to the market, bought flowers. I was checking what is it that they need to make. And then I started making the boxes. I made 3 and then started advertising. People were like, how much are these? And then that's how I started. I did not struggle with clients, like, no.
So this was here in Pretoria?
Yeah, like I've never struggled with clients.
Okay, so you started in 2020?
I started it in 2020, but started operating 2022.
2022.
Fully in 2022.
Okay. How has it been going?
I feel like now that I know what from Jan to May, business is going. June, July, nothing. August again it picks up. So I mastered it. So ups and downs there and there, but.
And where are you working from?
I'm working from my flat right now.
From your flat. So you converted your flat into
a
flower.
But now the problem is that I'm getting, like, I can get like 5 clients per day. Hello, as this Huba Fleus, we're passing, we're driving by, we don't see your shop. I'm like, I don't have a shop now. I'm only operating online. So that thing telling me what you must push and open a shop.
Okay.
So people can just come, grab and go.
How many, not how many, but if you were to give me a average amount of that the business has made, the highest where you were like, yo, now this thing is making money. Like you were like, hey, more or less on average in a month.
In a month, on a busy month like February, I'll say like 50K.
50K.
Yeah, like February, on a very busy, yeah.
Average month?
Average month.
25, 20?
No, I'm not there yet. 10 or less.
Okay.
It depends.
Feb is Valentine's.
Yeah, Feb is Valentine. May, from April, it's graduations until, Feb, it's actually like Valentine's, Mother's Day, graduations, and then from August weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but since I'm still small, like I'm not well known.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Okay. Give us a sense of how the operation looks like. Are you alone?
Yeah, I'm currently alone. So what happens that when a person orders flowers, we maybe want to go TikTok, let's say, and then say, hi, I'm looking for this. How much are this? Through WhatsApp. And then I'll say it's 200 trends. And then
So just introduce us through the products.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say this is I think it's 30 roses bouquets with jib. I cost it 750.
750.
Yes.
Okay.
So if a client says they want this and then they order through WhatsApp, no problem, and then they pay. Immediate payment, send proof payment, and then now I go to the market, buy the flowers that I need, come back to my flat, arrange them, and then deliver. I'm using Uber to deliver. Yeah. Which is costly as well for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this
one is the bouquet. It's red roses and jib bouquet. And this one is a boxed arrangement. So normally I don't do these kinds. I do the ones that it's fancy flowers. So yeah, that's what my clients want. Yeah. And then this one, it's a mixed bouquet. Mix of flowers bouquet.
Okay.
Price?
Price for this one is 650.
650, 700, and this?
This one, 500. I'll say 500. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, why the...
Because I don't normally...
She doesn't do this one. She does...
the
bigger one.
the bigger ones.
Okay.
All right. And so you get an order, you go to the market, you get this, you come, you arrange. You call, do an Uber, they do that. So in February, because there's lots of orders, pretty much on the same day.
In February, I had an assistant.
Okay.
So I looked for 2 drivers and an assistant that helps me to arrange the flowers. Those drivers, one were delivering this site, and the other one was in Pretoria.
Okay. And I mean, who are you targeting with this business? Who are your biggest clients that buy? Is it students? Is it professionals, government employees?
Everyone from 16 years. They buy.
So you get them from social media?
Social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you were to compare your prices with your competitors, I mean, is it cheaper? Are you exclusive? What's your strategy?
I'm exclusive. The reason is I'm buying one. I'm having one order at a time.
Yeah.
So it takes I'm going to the market. Time, like a lot of things for only one product. But if I was having a shop, I'll be selling this for 350. Because I'll buy in bulk.
Yeah, buying bulk
and
is cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
So how much, for a product like this, how much would your competitor?
It depends on the week market.
Yeah.
Prices they're different. Today they can be 180 per bunch. Tomorrow I'll get them 250. It depends. Tomorrow there will be 85 rand. It depends on the week. They fluctuate.
But I think what you're asking is that what would her competitor be costing for a product like this? Usually this would 450.
Yes.
450, 550 would be this.
But I'm costing them 750 because why?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, this is a highly perishable product, right? How, on average, how long can you keep it in?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It depends on how you take care of them. But normally I give them a pamphlet of how to take care of them.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about you.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't keep them in my flat.
You don't?
I only get them from the clients.
Oh, so it's you do it per order.
Per order, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Usually in a flower shop and that, they wouldn't keep them usually for more than 3 days. They require you to have a fridge.
Yeah, ventilation system. And
to keep them in a fridge and
a fridge.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think it sets the tone.
Yeah, it does.
You know, I think we sort of have an idea of what the business is about. And so what are your challenges?
My challenges, I don't know how to skip. I don't know the admin of business. Even now, I've been struggling. How to record.
To keep
It's a challenge. To keep my books, it's a challenge. Finance-wise, I don't know. I don't know if I'm not disciplined with money or what, but like finances.
Okay.
I'm not winning there. I've been trying, but I'm not winning. I've been checking YouTube. I've been checking, like, I'm not winning. I feel like the only, finances, how to keep the records, and how to keep a client.
Okay.
Yeah, how to
keep coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you then saying you don't have problems with getting clients?
Not really, but I really need more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I think we can all do it more.
Yeah.
No, clients. I need more. I need to grow. I need more clients. So I'm just still. I agree when I'm still.
Okay.
I want to be out of my comfort zone. Like now, I'm like, okay, 3 clients per week, 4 clients. I don't want 3 clients per week.
Yeah.
I want more clients. I want 3 clients per day.
Okay. Anto?
Yeah.
Let me give to the person who's qualified.
Thanks, Doc. So I think the question for me would be, it sounds like you're servicing individuals. So I call you and I want this for my man, and you make it up and you deliver it to him, right? I don't have a man, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking.
I'd be more efficient if you send me tires. Tires for the car. Some tires will do.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a note of that when I have one. So it sounds like you're servicing individuals as and when they need. Are you working with companies?
Yes, I do. I've worked with Serviced lately, and then I've also done the wreath for Hector Peterson's wreath lane. Yeah.
What did you do for them?
I was doing the wreath, funeral wreath. Yeah.
For
Hector Peterson.
okay, and the service?
Serviced, I did the fruit
basket.
basket.
I saw that
and a bunch of flowers.
Okay, so wedding planners.
Yes, but I don't have the market for now. But I want to go that side.
So you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know. Because, my problem with wedding planners is that, let's say they say to me, Huba, can you please come help us with the flowers? And then I'll go there, help them with the flowers. They don't want to say these flowers are from Huba Fleus.
But it doesn't matter.
Really?
Did you get paid?
Yes. Akrobat and I want to be out there as well. I don't want to be small forever.
But there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Without letting go of income. Remember the most important thing. I sit every time and say to people, if clients come to me and say to me, well, let's take it here. When you see a nice car washed driving around in that, does it say the name of the car wash that washed the car? No. But when you go and stand there and you find a car wash that there's a queue where everybody is waiting for their cars to be washed, right? Now, how are they coming back? Because of the savers that they are getting. Yeah. Because of how important they leave the place feeling like. But they are not advertised, but that person tells others and that person comes back. That's what you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about my first business, ad agency. We did TV ads, radio ads. We were never mentioned, but we made money.
Okay.
Right? And our brand is
makes
out
sense,
there.
yeah.
So there's different ways of getting your brand out there. I love what you're doing on social media. I've basically mainly checked out your Instagram. Love what you're doing. It looks amazing.
Thank
Was
you.
that you in the picture with the black dress?
Yeah. When? Where did you see?
I think it's the first picture that's up now.
On
Instagram.
I don't know. I have 2 Instagram. Which one did you check?
The one that you sent us.
Huba Fleus. On Huba Fleus, I don't have my pictures. It's only
good.
business. It means you check the Koti one and then...
No, I checked the business one.
The business.
But
Did you
anyway.
check TikTok? Maybe you checked
No,
TikTok.
not TikTok.
Oh, is it this one here?
Yeah.
Which one? No, it's not me. It was a client.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Looks
Usually
good.
I ask them first, can I please post
Can I
this?
So
Yeah.
do you take the pictures?
No, they went for photographs. What?
Oh, okay. So I think, obviously, from a B2C, which is individuals, it's not yielding as much as you need to. So I think you need to add in, so you need to start focusing on B2B.
Okay.
So that's working from business to business.
Okay.
So your wedding planners, your event planners, even for corporate events, right? They'll need flowers.
Yes.
And your corporate events, if you partner up with an event planner that does corporate events, you can probably have recurring income on a monthly basis because they'll be organizing events with different companies, right? So from a marketing perspective, that's what I'd recommend. The first step would be to start working with other companies. Don't worry too much about getting the credit for it. There's different ways that you can market yourself, like you're doing right now.
Okay.
Right? And then from a digital marketing perspective, I think you probably need to go just a little bit bigger than what you're doing right now from an Instagram or social media. Because digital marketing encapsulates all of it. So your Google ads, maybe a newsletter. You know, I'm not sure how, you did say you were creative, so I'm going to hold you to that now. To create content that you can disseminate across your platforms.
Okay.
Right? So if you're on TikTok, you're obviously already doing videos. Are those videos sitting on YouTube? Can you use some of those videos in Google Ads? Can you maybe send out a newsletter because you already have a client base, right? You said you wanted them to come back. How are you going to get them to come back? By communicating with them.
Okay. Yeah, I thought of that, but I didn't know how to do it.
Okay. So the easiest way to do it, and if I can do it, you can do it, is MailChimp. MailChimp is free until you have a certain number of subscribers. And it's really easy. It's drag and drop.
Okay.
You don't have to struggle with it at all.
Okay.
The only thing that you'll probably need to do, which would be your first email that you sent out, would be asking people to opt in because of the POPI Act. You can't just email people randomly, right? You'll get yourself into trouble. So that first email that you then send out, because you probably already have the email addresses from them having done business with you, is that you can say, we've done business, I'm from Huba Fleus, I'd love to be sending you content on a weekly or monthly basis, you decide. Do you want to opt in? And then you give them a button that they click to opt in, right? And then once you have the ones that have opted in, you can communicate with them on an ongoing basis. And whether it's sharing an interesting fact about roses or another flower or fruit baskets or whatever it is, right? But your content just needs to keep going out to them. So that's your individuals. Keep them warm and fuzzy by consistently speaking to them. So your email marketing is obviously the one way to do that. Okay. And then I think really the lowest hanging fruit for you would be to collaborate with other businesses.
Okay.
Yes. So I think on that, first to what Andre is saying. So look at cleaning companies. Right? Look at cleaning companies that are cleaning for the right companies and that. You always would find who's cleaning for this company, who cleans for ABSA, right? Bid first. Who cleans for this? Find those, right? Make one nice one like this, call in for a meeting to go see the facility manager and rock up with something like this and give it to a facility manager, introduce yourself, this is what we do and that. We're just checking if there's no really opportunity to come in, right? And because some companies in that, especially where you've got this high-end CEOs and that, you'll always find you come at reception, there is a nice bouquet of flowers that is there, which needs to be changed every week, every second week, and that's an opportunity for you. You know, so look at things like that. So, you know, Andrea's already spoken about others, the wedding planners and those guys and that. But that gives you, start looking for jobs that requires you to come back. So when you have gotten into A, and look at what offices where CEOs are females. Yeah. It's easier, you know, they have flowers and you come in and, you know, for an example, Rosh, and that if she was to call Refilwe now and say to Fifi, we do flowers and this, can we come do a bouquet for you every weekend? That Fifi is definitely going to give her business. And that is what? That is now a monthly income. So you know that from her, I've got 700 every, and how you deal with it, it becomes that I bill you once a month. I know I'm sending you 4 bouquets, and I know it's 700, whatever it may, and I know that you pay me 2.4, 2.8 once a month, and then you've got one client who already have got 2.5. You find another client who already... So what you've been making as an income, you need to just get 5 regular corporate clients, and you've passed that already. And then your clients that come here and there are the ones that you can even do their bouquets with your off-cuts from your corporate clients. Right? And once you start doing that, your price for those guys starts dropping because it's more the off-cuts from there. So you start doing what? You start now competing on a price level with your competitors as well, right? So those are the things that you need to start building on. So with this type of business, it's about numbers. The more people I get, the more I can buy, and the more I can save, right? So we need to start looking at that. My thing is that you need to go out there and start searching for those. Now, when it comes to issues of systems and services like that, which is where you are battling with, as you say now, there is an online system called Wave. You just say Wave Accounting. That's where you can capture all the monies and everything for yourself. That's the first one. 2, the easiest system that you are going to be able to learn how to use money with, it's by opening an account. Now, I won't say the name of banks and that they don't sponsor us. But you go to one bank, you open, there is that where they open an account for you and it has got this sub-accounts. You open an account, a business account, and they give you a savings account with it and something else with it. When you open that, your business account is your transaction account. When they pay you, the clients pay you directly into that account. And then from there, you say to yourself, every month, I take 10% of that, I transfer it into account B. Account A receives money. Account B, you put in money. Account C, you put in money. What is money that goes to account A? That's my tax.
Okay.
What goes to account C? That's my savings.
Okay.
So from account A, you also pay yourself a salary from that.
Okay.
So you never use your business card to pay for your groceries and everything.
Are you that girl?
Yes. So, yes, she is. I can see. So that card, when you pull out the statement, It's all business, but you've paid yourself a salary, no matter how little that salary is. And as the business grows, that salary will grow as with the business, and you know. So once you've done that, you've taught yourself the discipline of separating your money and business money and tax money and your savings money. That is the money that, oh, now I'm in a space where I actually need to keep flowers. So I've got some money to go buy a fridge. Even if it was a second-hand fridge, I paid for it cash. The business still does not have debt. So you then start learning saving money for the expansion of the business. That's the easiest way that's going to teach you how to manage the money.
Okay.
All right. Now, in case also, keep a book. Right? Keep a book. In your book and that, write orders and stock. And write every time, how many roses did I buy? There's some. That helps you with what? With seeing how you're growing as a business.
Oh, okay.
So if I look and you find out every Monday and that, when I look for the past 3 months, every Monday I bought about 50 roses and I bought so many lilies and that. Very quickly you are able to tell which days are better than others.
Yeah.
Am I selling better on a Monday or on a Tuesday? And have I grown in the past 3 months? Because you've got that here on the book. And as you write the ones that you have bought, put on the cost there. Okay. What I've bought cost me this much. And the orders were this much. Okay. That is now taught immediately to keep records versus costs and turnover. Right? So start with simple things as that. Just one simple notebook. You keep in the, you go to Wave, the information that you've kept here, you capture it on Wave. You could capture it only once a week or so, but you've written it down on the book and that. Okay. That book tells you exactly how well your business is doing, right? Make sure also you keep the details. So as people call and they make orders, on your book, when you write orders, put their numbers also there.
Okay.
Right, because you want to have one center of your records where you are able to quickly, and like I was saying, when you get to that space where you are sending people stuff and everything, you want your information to be central. Yeah, this book has got my information. Because after time, someone sent you a message on Twitter, sent the numbers, another one on WhatsApp sent this, another one on that platform, and you find you've got too many platforms for you to go sit down and consolidate information, and that you end up not doing it because it's too much work. But if you start and the order is here and you write with the number and that and you keep those, it then has helped you to keep records and to have everything centralized in that. I'll say for now, because you are a business that is fairly in terms of systems and everything, fairly at the very, very starting point. Don't do too much at the moment. Start with those little things. And at the next meeting, we then move to the next things that you need to go do and systems that you need to go and put in place. Once you've done that, and then we'll grow it from that.
Okay.
I think it's also important, just from a mindset perspective, right? This started out as a side hustle. You need to move away from that.
Yes.
Just from a mindset, right? That this is no longer a side hustle. I am now a female founder. So show up like a female founder, right? Stay in that female founder power. Okay. Every single day when you wake up in the morning, I am a businesswoman. It's not a side hustle no more. It's not just here to help me survive. I am a businesswoman. And show up every single day that way. I'd say that's the one thing from a mindset perspective, right? That shift needs to happen for you. And unless it happens here, it's not going to happen in your business. I can guarantee you. So whether it is that for now you have to wake up every morning and say the affirmation, I am a businesswoman. I am the business. Whatever it is, whatever that affirmation will be for you. But that mindset, that shift needs to happen. Then it needs to further flow into your money space. So you need to, because the feeling that I get from you is that everything is a bit overwhelming and you're a little bit all over the place. And so you need to get to a place where you centered, right? And so even from a financial perspective, if your head is not right around money, you're always going to struggle with it. Believe you me, I know. So I started my business when I was 26. And it took me a very, very, very long time to wrap my head around my relationship with money. Yes. It was terrible. So
I know.
We can give you all of the tools and advice around how to be disciplined around it. But again, it's a mindset thing, right? Where you have to fix your relationship with money. So be it that you transition out of survival mode and you say to yourself as part of that morning affirmation or whatever, is that I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to have money. I deserve to be rich, or whatever the affirmation is for you, right? But yet too, you have to get your mind right around who you are and the person that you are now and your money space. And I can guarantee you, once you get your mind right around it, everything else, then the discipline will flow. So you can say to yourself, Mondays are my money Mondays, where I'm doing everything that Lucas has just asked me to do, right? I'm sitting down, I've got my numbers right. I can send those numbers to Rosh from Wave to just be a sounding board to make sure that I'm heading down the right track, right? Okay. Mondays are my money days, where I'm just spending time on making sure my finances are in order, right? And again, the practical advice that Lucas has given you from a transactional account, savings account, and paying yourself a salary, it's so important, very important. But you can only get those things right, believe you me, when your mind is right around money. And I always say to founders, you can only manage your business finances if you can manage your personal finances. If you're terrible with your own money, what are you going to do with the business money?
Still.
Right? And so the starting point for that discipline to start kicking in from a financial perspective is pay yourself a salary. It doesn't matter how small it is. Make sure that it at least covers your personal expenses, so your rent, your electricity, your food, right? Those three basic things. Pay yourself that salary so that you are not touching the business.
Yeah.
Pay yourself a salary and let that discipline kick in so that you're not touching the business finances, and you can build up from there. And I know today, like Lucas has said, we're probably giving you quite a bit to do. Yeah. And these are very basic things to do if you think about it. And I think in our next session, then we can build up from there, right? I think the next session, I just love to see you less overwhelmed. Yeah. And it boils down to discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think for me, and I think Lucas has touched on it, I mean, and I always say this to entrepreneurs, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business, right? And it starts with recording, putting pen to paper every day, balancing out at the end of the day, taking stock of how much you have in the account or on hand vis-a-vis what you have stock in the room.
Okay.
Right. So you need to be able every day. Every day. Well, the thing is, if you don't, sometimes you forget. So you need to dedicate an hour either in the evening for you to balance the books. Because if you leave it longer, you're gonna forget. And you had 500 rand on Tuesday, but you don't know what you did with it on Thursday because you did not record. Right. Yeah. So record it. Even if you receive 100 rand and you take that 100 rand immediately and you buy stock, right? You need to record the money coming in. Right. Don't just say I didn't misuse it because I bought stock.
Oh, okay.
Right. We need to have a proper, clear recording of money coming in. even if it's cash that you then use to buy something, but it needs to needs to come through the books first before it goes out. So that's critical. It's a discipline that maybe you need to work out every day in the evening. Part of you closing the shop is you balance the books. It shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes if you have a proper template. You know, you can do, and then maybe at the end of the week, then you capture it on Wave account. Because you know, you lose this, then you have lost the records of the books. But if it's somewhere recorded on the cloud, if something happens to this, you have something to go back. So it's a discipline thing. Every day, you need to have a time, an hour that you say, I'm closing the business today. Let's see how much, right? And then when it comes to salaries, you know, I mean, people say, the business is not paying you anything, but you are paying yourself anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Just
right? So yeah, so we know you're paying yourself. Business is paying you. So one or another, you know. So work out what your living budget is. Like in other words, how much you need for toiletries, how much you need for airtime, how much you need for personal things, the basic things.
Basic, okay.
Yeah, because you know you can do without a ticket for two Kenny Latimo's show.
Yeah, true.
So those ones are luxury. The basics, right? Toiletries and food, basic grocery in the house. So work out how much that is, because you are spending it anyway. So we need to have a sense of how much that is. So it might give us a round figure of 4,000 or whatever, right? That's the amount that you are taking from the business. So from a bookkeeping point of view, as you record money coming in, money going out, you know this is the money that I'm paying myself as a salary. Right? So that we know this is how much, if you're going to budget, this is how much you need to budget for yourself. Because you are paying yourself. It might not be I'm transferring 5,000 immediately at the same time, but those little transactions that you're doing, you're paying yourself, right? So work out, you know, how much you are going to need as a living salary and factor it into your thing. What's also very important, and I think for your business, it's not a difficult calculation to do, right? Because you buy, you do something and then you sell. So work out the cost of the things that you buy, the roses, everything, the packaging, the boxes that you're buying. So work out that. So you can actually do this exercise with one order, for instance. So you say, okay, they want 100 flowers, 100 roses, and they want, what do you call this?
A jeep.
Jeep, okay. Yeah, so they want jeep, and then they want the packaging and the ribbon, right? So work out that cost, work out in that cost, you know, delivery also, on average, how much that will cost you. Right? Work that out. And then we'll factor in if you were to pay yourself a salary, if you were to pay rent, running a shop, and, right? So work those costs out. Of course, you can't work out the rent into one order, for instance, but work out how much is the rent, advertising, salary, your salary, and all those things. And then you'll have, say, for instance, right? I'm just using an example. Say the cost of everything, rent, your salary, advertising, is 10,000, right? Every month.
Okay.
We are good. We are fine then, right? The next calculation that you need to do is you need to then be able to say, how many of these flowers should we sell
in order to be able to
to make 10,000?
Okay.
You understand? So you have selling price, you have cost price, and then you have the profit for the product. Because I think that's where the challenge is with a lot of entrepreneurs. They don't know the difference between a product profit and a business profit, right? So the calculation that you are doing is you are basically saying, how many product profits do I need to make to cover 10,000, right? So it will say 100 flowers or 100 of these bouquets that you need to sell. So you know, if I sell 100 of this, there are profits individually. If I add them together, it gives me what we call a break-even, right?
Okay.
Right? So we are working backwards. So we start with a cost. Every month, 10,000 we need to spend in order for me to pay rent, salaries, 10,000. And then we are then working backwards to say, okay, if the goal is to make 10,000 every month, how many bouquets do I need to sell? And it will say to you, for instance, 500 bouquets or 1,000 bouquets. If you sell 1,000 of this at a cost of 10 rand, selling price of 20 rand, then you're making a profit of 10 rand. We need 1,000 10 rands profits to cover
the cost.
Right? So what that does is it then helps you to have a target that you're working towards every month. So you then know, because when you say February I made 50,000 and it was a good month, was it really a good month? Or it might be you could have gotten 100, but you went to 50. But because you don't make 50 every month, 50 was good. But actually, you could have made 100. Your
potential could have been,
It could have been 100, you know? So, but you need to have a base. A base is the minimum of this that we need to sell every month. We need to sell 1,000 of this every month. And maybe 200 of this. And maybe 50 of this. Right? Yeah. And that becomes your goal. Every month, the first of the month, you wake up, we are chasing these targets. Right? And you know, if you hit those targets, your salary is paid, your rent, everything is paid. And even when you decide to employ someone, then it moves your 10,000 to say 15,000. Then it obviously revises the targets. Then it means you need to sell more. But because you have someone who's working, it gives you more time to market more and be able to sell more. And the more you're able to sell, then the more you're able to pay for your salary and the person's salary.
Okay.
Right? So you need to work it backwards. How much every month do I need to make to pay for everything? And then if I am to have to make, say, 15,000, how much of these things do I need to sell?
Yeah, and then I think factor in the advice that Lucas gave you earlier on to supply flowers to a corporate on a monthly basis. And then maybe as part of this exercise is then to say, if it's 2,500 that you're billing them every month, so 2,500 per client, so that means I have to have 10 of those clients, which makes it a lot less, right? So it's 10 of them at 25,000. So that means that you're
able to break even.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So once you have the target that you are chasing, then the next question is, where do I get people to buy the flowers? So it might be corporate, it might be individuals, it might be wedding planners, it might be events planners, and right? So but you need to have that target. And I mean, I always say this, that taxi drivers know their targets.
They
taxi
do.
drivers know that every day. They know 800 for 5 full loads, 2 in the morning, 1 during the day, 1 in the afternoon.
And if you ask them, they tell you, they know it better than the owners. They will tell you that I need to make 2 loads before I go and take my staff 6 o'clock from there. And then after that, I can go on the whole day, but I need the last load 8 o'clock. Then I've got Cheltaka 600.
Yes, so there's profit in there, right? So they know their numbers. And they have those targets that you're chasing. Petrol attendants, for instance, when they put that thing there and they pour for you, they have a target, a daily target. Because at the end, when the shift ends, they run a printout and they see tag number 6, it's Koti's tag. Let's see how many liters did Koti pour call in the day, and they have a target that they need to chase every day. So you are saying I have 5 clients every week, for instance. I need to have 3 clients every day, for instance, right? Is it 3 clients that will get you to break even? Maybe you need 5 clients every day.
Or even more.
Or even more. But if you don't know the calculations, you don't know, you're just working. You wake up, you work, you know.
And you think you're performing okay.
Yeah, you think you think you're doing well. Hey, the business is growing, you know. I can see them. No, you're still paying. All right. So you need to look at that. And then of course, because it's seasonal, your targets will also have to take that. In winter, your target will be lower. In high season, it will be high. But what you can also do is you can then look at, for instance, doing corporate flowers. I learned.
But I was saying that
you did mention.
I think that's
if she starts looking at that, she's not going to have a seasonal business.
I learned recently that with some corporates they rent out this flower.
They rent out flowers.
I didn't know that. So
the live flowers, the pot.
Your job is you put in the flowers and then you
service them.
You service them. You water them. You water. If they need changing, that's your job. And there are corporates that can pay you a monthly fee for you to do that.
And it's not starting now. I can tell you when I was in, I think I was in standard 4, something like that. My mother worked for a place in Mayerton. It was called Planted. And that's what they did. They went to the banks, watered the flowers, chopped them nicely, and then change them at some stage, rotate them, take this ones to that bank and those ones to this bank. That was their business model.
So look into that, because a lot of corporates they use that. They don't have time to be employing someone to look after the flowers and watering them, right? So you actually take care of that responsibility at a fee every month. Right, so that's another way where you can actually have, income throughout.
And the lovely thing about that is if you service those clients well, they can use you as individuals. Which would obviously then just be the cherry on top from a financial perspective. But you need to get that baseline in place. And I think your lowest hanging fruit are corporates.
It's it's the value proposition that you do. You come to a business and you say, Roche, you've got a company, and in your company you have got 20 employees. And all those 20 employees of yours are very special to your business and everything. But you, Roche, as an MD of this business, you forget this thing. Can I handle the part where I bring your ladies flowers every time on their birthday? It's a value proposition that you make. You come and you say, I will collect and I keep the dates with me. You as Roche don't have to worry. Actually, Roche gets surprised when he sees people walking in with a bouquet of flowers, giving it to Anto, and like, oh, it's Anto's birthday. Oh yeah, I've got a service provider that takes care of this. For him, it makes him look good as an employer, that he cares for his employees and that. But it's your responsibility. So who does it? Nobody does it. When you come and you say to the company, I can do this, you've sold your business. Net Florist is big. They've got all these branches and that, but they cannot give that service because they are too big to give that service. But you can.
I actually lost the gig when I was starting this business. Immediately when I lost my job. So there was this company, the security company, because Quatra. They called me, they were like, we like your work. And I was starting with the first 3 boxes. They were like, can you please do this? I was like, okay. I went to the meeting and then we spoke, but they were like, but the white guy doesn't like you, so we have to look for a white lady. I was like, okay, no problem. And then I was like, oh. And I was gonna supply Victoria, Johannesburg, and Cape Town. So I lost that.
So you can imagine how many other security companies, and these are more labor-intensive organizations. So that for me is
when you come with such services that you be creative. You said you're creative. Be creative about building services, you know, or if I do this, it can work. If I do that, it can work for that. And build those services for yourself. Don't follow what the industry has been doing.
Yeah.
And like Roy says, you know, for me, the most important one in closing is that the one that says, you cannot be a business, a shop, run every day, and never count money in your till every evening. A shop counts. Pick and pay every evening. When the teller leaves, they catch up. So you can't cash up. You cannot make money if you're not cashing up. You need to cash up so that you are able to say, I made so much today.
You know, I'm not so sure if, I mean, I'm just throwing these ideas at you. You know, things like, I mean, I learned about this recently, things like succulent plants, for instance. And those are also not seasonal, they are throughout the year. And they last, you know. You can sell those as well. As Valentine people's euphoria is dead, then you have these people who are doing succulents as well. Stage decors, like, you know, make, you know, events companies where you can go and just zhuzh up their stage with flowers and things like that. Also, it's a service that you can offer irrespective of which season of the year.
Production companies.
Vuka, for instance. This guy, when we shoot, he goes the whole place looking for flowers. The whole place. He will rock up with... I'm like, Vuka, why did you get this?
Yes.
And he puts it there, and he puts it there.
Oh, man.
Right?
Here's my point. Take yourself into this. Have you been to Connie's offices? Connie Ferguson's offices? No. And what? She shoots over what? She shoots over 5 productions in that production company. If you had presented and said, here I am, I can provide you flowers, I can provide you fruit, and that you use in your production, and that's a client. So you focusing too small. You're thinking Rosh and Lucas that come and buy flowers for Anto. There's a whole world out there that's waiting.
And Lucas was tired.
You know?
Yeah, so look at that. Lastly, speaker gifts. Right? Again, events throughout the year. There's, you know, people, I know I do events. I know I need to give speaker gifts. It's always a challenge for me. I don't know where to start, right? If it's a service that you offer, you market it out there. This is season proof because events are throughout the year. But yeah, I mean, I'm throwing this at you to start thinking about beefing up your business profile with some of the services that you can order, right? There's a huge opportunity. You just need to lift up your head and go out there and explore. So things to do obviously is bookkeeping. So next meeting, I want to see your agenda.
Okay.
So that's important. Or then we didn't even discuss the e-commerce platform.
I don't think she's...
You know, I don't think she's ready at the moment.
She's there. But it's something that you need to
we'll talk about it some point.
We need to look into that as well. Because I know you're quite active on WhatsApp, which is good. Very active on social media, which is good. The next step, instead of a physical shop, I would say it's an e-commerce platform.
And maybe with non-perishable goods. So more gifting and gift baskets with non-perishable.
For me, it's also calculating what your break-even point is. So in the next meeting, I want you to tell me every month I'm chasing this number, right? So it can be in brands or it can be in quantities, a number of, I need to sell 5,000 roses. I need to sell this. I need to have that number because I know if you and break it down into weekly targets as well. Break it down into weekly targets as well so that you know every week. You know, they say in Africa, you wake up, you run. You know, whether if you run slow, you are eating. If you don't run fast, you don't eat. So you need to have that number that you're chasing every month, every week. And that you know that if this week I've made this number, I'm safe. if I'm behind that number,
I need to double the effort.
I need to double the effort next month.
Yeah.
Right?
Or
you
next
need to
week.
yeah. So look at that and look at those ideas that we just shared with you and see if you can put that in.
Could I make a recommendation, Raj, to you? TJ has just moved into his new offices.
Yes.
So maybe is there a possibility of an introduction?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
I can introduce.
So
you.
maybe it could be that corporate,
We said Fifi with TJ.
No, definitely.
Only those two have given her a profile to go and say, I supply these two companies to the third company and to the fourth company. And that's it.
So let me, while we are here, because I don't want to be promising things. While we are here, let me do it.
Poppy.
No. I'm not giving her. No, I'm WhatsApping her the numbers.
Me.
TJ.
When I need to give someone your number, I'm not gonna care about Poppy. You are Anto. I am going to send a person. Talk to Antoinette and tell her Lucas sent you.
Yeah.
Poppy later.
So I've sent you TJ's number.
What you told me earlier. I was like, okay, Lucas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've sent you TJ's number. I've sent you Refle's number.
Okay.
You have the freedom to mention any of us.
Okay.
You can tell them you come from the Vuka Board. You would like to have a meeting with them.
And for both of them, you can propose two things, right?
Yeah.
The monthly or weekly change of flowers that they pay you on a monthly basis, as well as taking care of their staff.
As well as their staff. I know Fifi will fall over with that idea because she loves her people so much.
Yeah. And I think also TJ
he's got like 10
size of-
people.
size of the team. Yeah.
Whom he really...
And it might also be, they can even extend it to their clients,
Exactly.
I have birthdays of my clients.
Don't take no.
Please send them.
Don't take no from them.
Okay.
I'll give you the in. TJ goes and buys his staff a pair of sneakers, each one of them. And he comes on and says, I bought 10 pairs of sneakers for my staff. So he can't say no for just a bouquet of flowers that is worth 1,000 rand once a year. You must not take no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I am good. Last words, you guys are fine.
I'm good.
Madam?
Thank you so much.
Was it worth your weight?
100%. Like,
Okay.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, girl, you need to get out of your comfort zone.
Please.
You are sleeping. You are sleeping.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on yourself.
I'm just thinking she needs to start stocking some tires.
The other thing as well, if you can note it down, we are going to need your business model canvas. Right?
Yeah.
So please, in the next meeting, we want to see your journal of your cash book, business model canvas. I want to have a sense of your break-even point. If it means you talk to your cousin or nephew who's an accountant to show you how to calculate that, that should be also an updated profile to sort of give us a sense of some of these ideas. Feedback from the two referrals that we gave you. Are we good? Oh, how do we get hold of you? Uber Fleus.
Oh, I'm having my business card.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I must say though
For the
that
viewers.
for those who
listeners. Thank you.
okay.
I'll buy myself.
So how can they get hold of you?
071. I'm using the 071 989 6471.
And then on socials.
On social, Instagram Huba Fleus _Fleus, Facebook Huba Fleus, TikTok Huba Fleus, Twitter Huba _Fleus.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and all the best. We'll see you in the next session.
You.